Hey True Beauty fam, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. So for today's Vlogmas, I'm going to be telling you guys my beauty essentials for this time of year. Now, my beauty essentials are probably different from somebody else's, only because I feel like your essentials for the winter depend on where you live. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you mine and I hope you enjoy. So my first beauty essential would be shea butter. Shea butter is very moisturizing, and because the air gets so dry outside, sometimes the wind is so dry it feels like little needles are stabbing at your face. That's how cold it gets here. So I try to moisturize as much as possible, and when I moisturize my face, the first thing I put down is shea butter. That way it could have time to melt into the skin because it's very thick. But I warm it up in my hands and then put it on my face and let it melt into my skin. My next beauty essential is going to be my SPF. I'm kind of going in order of how I would do my skincare for the day / my makeup for the day. So in terms of doing my face, next I would do my SPF, and the SPF that I use is from Sunbum. It is SPF 50. It smells really good to me. I don't know if anyone else would like the smell, but I like the smell of it. And it's an all-natural sunscreen, and it doesn't leave you with a white cast. One time I did use too much and it did leave me with a little bit of a cast, but that's because, like I said, I used too much. So yeah. But even when the sun isn't shining, the sun is still out, so please make sure you protect your skin and use your skincare, period. So the next thing I would say is a hydrating primer. I tend to go from the NYX primer oil to the NYX Hydra Touch primer, only because those are both very moisturizing. On days when I feel like my skin really needs the moisture and it's super dry, I'll use the oil. And if I feel like my skin is okay and properly moisturized, then I'll go ahead and just use the hydrating primer. I feel like the oil, I think because it's an oil, it's more hydrating. But I feel like even if you have oily skin, you could still use it, just sparingly. You don't even need a lot of the primer because it spreads a lot. Y'all, I feel very Erica, going off topic real quick, I feel very Erykah Badu, very African studies major right now, especially with my little Nefertiti necklace. But yeah, we kind of match though. Hey sis, we kind of match. But yeah. Next would be, okay, I feel like this sounds like words, but in the winter I go for a dewy foundation. I don't know, it just doesn't, even when I see dewy skin during the winter, it just, I don't know what it is, but I love that for the winter. I don't like matte skin for the winter. I just feel like, because my skin does get pretty dry when I go out, if I'm going to be out all day, I'm going to be in the city or something, I will moisturize the hell out of my skin and probably use a dewy foundation. And I know dewy doesn't always mean hydrating, but it still gives my skin a glow, and it looks like, my skin is refreshed, and it doesn't look so dry, because I've done the matte and it just makes my skin hurt. The wind is so bad here. It's not even, sometimes it's not even that it's cold outside here, it's just the wind. Because you could be fine in the sun, or you could be fine when there's no wind blowing, but as soon as the wind blows, it's just it's so cold. You feel like you're about to freeze to death. That's how cold it gets. Okay. Next, I would say a concealer. I pretty much stick to the same concealers I always use, whether it be Fenty or now it's the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealers. The only thing that I don't like about those concealers is they dry down so fast, but I've learned how to use them, so yeah, it's not really a problem for me anymore. But sometimes I do mix it with my Fenty so it doesn't dry down that fast. And as you guys saw in another video, I will use a foundation as concealer sometimes. It just depends on my mood for the day. And I know that the Can't Stop Won't Stop is a matte finish. But I don't mind that under my eyes because it's not really my eyes that gets dry, it's my face. So like all here, my forehead, like here, like around my nose will get so dry. So I try to really moisturize that during the winter because I will get like skin flakes. That's how dry my nose will get. And then my makeup will just kind of convene there and it just looks gross and it's not what I want this winter. So yeah, I use the same brow products. I don't really get any dry skin around my brows or anything. Last year I did and I could not figure out why. I didn't know what the hell was going on with my skin. I was like, yo, why is around, and it was only the front, oh my gosh, please focus, thank you. And it was only around the front of my eyebrows. It was not anywhere else but around my eyebrows and around my nose was getting super dry last year. Yeah, I think that is it for my beauty essentials. I'm trying to think. I didn't write these down, so I'm kind of like going off the top of my head, but I'm proud of myself. Oh, another beauty essential, gloss. Because my lips, the matte lipstick is not for me during the winter. And it's because my lips get so dry. Like I'll put on Vaseline, I'll put on Carmex, Bliss Dex, the Smith's rose lip thing, rosebud salve. I will do all of that and my lips will still get so dry, but that's only because of how cold it gets here in New York. Like, I'm not playing, y'all. Like, it gets so cold. And then I see some of these tourists and they walking around like coat open and I'm like, I know y'all is cold. Cause then they be standing there like this with their shoulders up. And they're like, sis, you're cold. You're wearing that paper thin jacket and you're standing there like this. I know you're cold. Yo, every time my earrings go out, don't they look like Dumbo ears? Anyways. Another beauty essential would be gloss and the Smith's Rosebud Salve. That is so moisturizing. I feel like it's more moisturizing than the Carmex and the Blistex, and that's only because it's made with petroleum jelly, and that's what Vaseline is, petroleum jelly, and it's very moisturizing on the lips. I have it on it now. But yeah, it keeps my lips pretty moisturized for a long time. I could put it on in my house at like 9 o'clock, and then when I'm going out, my lips are still moisturized. Like if I'm going out like an hour, not even, if I'm going out like at 9, I'll put it on. I'll go out, do whatever we're doing for the day, and by 12 o'clock my lips are still moisturized. The only time they're not moisturized is after I eat something, and then I'll just put it back on, and then I'm moisturized for the rest of the day. But what else? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. I still use highlighter. I'm gonna try and use blush more this winter, only because last winter I realized when I would take makeup pictures, my skin looked so dead. Like, I looked dead. And I don't know if it was because of how much powder I used, because I'm not gonna lie, I did use a lot of powder last year and even the year before that. So I feel like that's the other reason my skin was so dry, because I used so much powder. But other than that, I feel like this year is gonna be like my year for skin during the winter. And I feel like the blush will help just warm up my skin more. I'm still gonna use my bronzer because it's kind of close to my contour powder. Okay, we're doing good on time. I'm trying to make sure like this video isn't too long because I've been talking the whole time, and I know I talk a lot. My last video was 15 minutes of me just talking, so I'm gonna try and leave this video short, sweet, and to the point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all my winter essentials. Well, my beauty essentials. My winter essentials is gonna be a separate video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me some of your beauty essentials down below, if you have any. If you don't, you could just leave me what you use for the winter. And you can tell me what your guys' weather is like. If it's colder than here, how do you stay like moisturized and all that stuff. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas day 14.